kind of how do you balance really driving this mission versus having to also be profitable and sustainable, and how to make your business a long-term business?
Yeah, I think people think it's harder than it is. And the way I think about it is like the mission is just kind of always going on in the background. If it's built into like what you've created, then it will kind of just always be there and be happening. But you have to guard it with like ethics and principles, which is the hard part. So that is when you have to say like no to business because it's an unethical company that you don't want to be aligned with. Or I think what a lot of like mission-based businesses have gotten into trouble when they like oversold what they can do and the promise that they can make. Like we're gonna solve sexism in the end. Like, no, we don't go out and claim like we're gonna do like gigantic things. We're just like gonna do as much as we can to try to make it better. But we don't overpromise it, and we like own mistakes when we make mistakes, and we just keep trying to move forward. And I think that there is like a world where you can do both. And so, yeah, it's not going to be perfect. That's probably the hardest part for me, is because like I want everything to be like perfect and done well and tidied up in a bow. And like if we can plan it and we can strategize it, and like if you want to have a mission behind your business, I think part of it is just accepting that like you're not always going to be right. You're always going to be learning. You just like do the best you can do right by people and your community, and people can see that, you know. Yeah, I don't know if that's helpful, but the mission stuff is kind of always just like in the background of what we do. And it's there for a gut check too. Like, do we want to do this next thing? Does it fit in with our mission? And then the other big hard thing about it is that like someone asked me very early on, like, wait, you're doing this thing for women in tech, but like that's going to be solved like soon, right? Like we're just gonna, I'm sure in the next couple of years, this is like when we formed, when people were like just talking about the pipeline problem and how there weren't enough women in tech to recruit, which is an excuse we've heard for like not recruiting people of color and Black people at work too. And it's like still such a BS thing that hasn't barely inched forward in 5 years. So I think the other hard thing about mission-based businesses is like knowing that you're going to see, you're not going to solve it. You're just going to see like incremental gains, and that part can be hard.